LOTRO is the best MMO around. And simply for the sake of time, I only broke it down into 7 reasons why LOTRO is the best, but there's several. However, I'm just gonna start by saying the environment is literally breathtaking. Okay, I love Middle Earth, and I could never depict how important and immersive Shire, Breetown, every single place that you visit, you're going and exploring these well-known areas from the books, from the movies, and they are literally incredible. I don't care what y'all have to say about the stinking graphics, okay? I get it, it's a little outdated, okay? But still, it's still stunning. It holds up so well, and they're even making just subtle updates to things, and it just makes it look more realistic. It is certainly a world that is just unlike any other. Now, before we get into the other reasons why LOTRO is the best MMO, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It truly helps out the channel so much, and I'm always posting more Lord of the Rings guides for you, so definitely check out some previous videos if you are new or even a returning player coming back into the game. Now, the second reason why LOTRO is one of the best MMOs is actually something you might not have ever heard, and this might be a hot take, but the festivals are freaking awesome, bro, okay? I can't tell you a single festival I don't like. Sure, there are things that I might not prefer out of some over others. Maybe some festivals just have better cosmetics in general, aka Yuletide, but there are just things within all of them that I truly enjoy doing, and plus the festival rewards are pretty generous. Like, you can have so many cosmetic outfits, pets, mounts. There's so many different things that you can get, even housing decor, like, and it's only seasonal, so it certainly is something to get ahead of. Now, the festival quests are truly fun for me, and I thoroughly enjoyed them. However, they are pretty much like repetitive daily quests, and you can get burnt out from doing them. What keeps me going in the festival is simply that I get to see other players out there doing the same dailies as me, and I truly see how many people are in the game. And so many people are playing LOTRO. But because LOTRO is so vast with the environment and there's so many areas to explore, you might not always see everybody from time to time. Granted, you will when you go into like Breetown or Regal Delving or Killadine, but more or less it's just going to be you, and then it's really easy to feel discouraged that the game doesn't really have as many players because you're not running into them as much. That's truly not the case, and when you play the festivals, you will be reminded how many people are playing, especially when you hit the famous old lag. But the festivals are truly amazing because of the rewards, because of the quests, and it just furthermore shows that there is a tight community within LOTRO, which is my third reason why LOTRO is the best MMO. Community is literally incredible. Now, I'm gonna be totally honest with you, I have never run into issues with Lord of the Rings Online having like a super toxic like community or anything super negative that people just felt like they could not play the game because of other players. Now, I'm sure there's always gonna be some sort of circumstances where that could be the case, but I have personally left other MMOs for that reason. Like, I did not like the fan base that was attached to them, and some communities with MMOs, they're just very sweaty and strict. But seriously, I love the community in Lord of the Rings Online, and everybody has like sort of their own little niche in LOTRO from what I found. Like, there's people who are specifically only playing because they want to play the music and do band stuff and all of that, and then other people are so into the raids, which I am not one of those people. I could care less about group content. And no matter what type of player you are, I've never found it at all where other players were completely disrespectful to you for that reason or other reasons in general. I will say that LOTRO is just one of those games that I just personally cannot find a greater community that I've bonded with so much. So you all out there who are watching, you guys are awesome, okay? You guys are so cool. Like I said previously, I do know people who strictly play Lord of the Rings Online just to have like little band shows or even like contests and that. But in this case, for my fourth reason why I love LOTRO, it's because of the music system. Now, if you want more reasons why the LOTRO music system is almost like unmatched to any other MMO where you can play your own instruments and more or less make your own bands, I would certainly recommend that you check out this interview I did with Marley MMO, where we really go into it and he gives you a lot more backstory as to other MMOs and maybe how LOTRO is so different because they have their own like music system integrated. But my knowledge is actually pretty limited, I will not lie to you. From what I do know about the LOTRO music system is that it really does bring people together. I've seen bands who make up their own music festivals and play for days on end. But the thing I think that's really cool about LOTRO is that it allows you to at least put together your own original music compositions, or you can make a whole thing of it, get a whole band together, have band practices. It's really cool, and it's something that I personally have never done, I've never tried, so I don't know much about it. But like I said, if you want to get more on the history of it and more how it compares to other MMOs, I would recommend you check out Marley's video where him and I interviewed and we talked about it. Hey, it's Future Aubrey here. I just wanted to give a huge shout out to the YouTube supporters here. I'm giving a massive shout out to you, Ancient Future, Godfrey Chamberlain, Offbeat Pally, and Gary. You gifted a good chunk of those subs, if not all, so I also want to give you a shout out as well. If you want to join the YouTube members, make sure you check out the links down below in the description. But now let's get back into the video. Fifth reason why LOTRO is the best MMO is because of, you guessed it, the story. I really like the story, and as someone who never played the story in Lord of the Rings Online, and I came back and I gave myself one goal of only focusing on the main story, yeah, I missed a lot of important and fun things. I always focused on side quests. I always got sidetracked just doing other stuff. Like, I always played the festivals, I always did the side quests, I always did skirmishes, I always did epic battles. But when I actually played the story and I realized that there were choices that could affect how we get to certain areas within the story, I thought that was really cool. I have made so many great memories just kind of traveling with the Grey Company as we go and try to help Aragorn and the Fellowship. You get to do more session plays even, where you can play as like Frodo, Sam, Merry, Pippin, even Boromir. But once I really got into the story quest, I actually learned a lot more about just Lord of the Rings in general. I am someone who still has not read the books like I've mentioned, but the movies don't really have enough time to go into as much as the games have, and the game is very much pretty highly going off of the lore of the books. So I highly suggest, if you're going to play LOTRO, focus on the story. Definitely read your quests, because you're going to miss a lot of fun stuff not reading your quests. And more or less, the story is really cool. I got really attached to some people, and some people have not had the best of outcomes, and others are just kind of leaving me hanging, and I'm gonna regroup with them in the future, I know. Now, going off of that, another reason why LOTRO is one of the best MMOs is because of the Easter eggs within everything. My particular favorite thing is how you can find hidden deeds or titles by doing just random stuff. For example, I love how you can get a freaking title from dropping from a well in Moria, and this well will take you down to Waterworks and then you die. That's literally all it is. But you get the title Well Traveled, which is hilarious because I probably fall from everything all the time, but to fall one particular place and I get this title, pretty interesting. And there's more titles like that all around Middle-earth. Lots of Easter eggs, lots of symbolism. And if you catch it and you're a die-hard Lord of the Rings fan, you're gonna find it and you're gonna probably pond on it for a while, which I think is really cool. And then lastly, why I think LOTRO is one of the best MMOs is gonna be a weird one, because I'm Aubrey the weird one. It's crafting. And the reason why I say crafting is fun, because I could do it for hours. I really could, and some of the crafting stuff that's within it, you have to explore and gather resources as you're questing out and about Middle-earth, and then other times you could just farm, and you could farm for hours and hours and hours, and it's kind of like a nice casual, like, back of mind sort of movements and stuff that you might do, but you can craft really cool things for your character. Now, I know that there are other crafting systems in place with MMOs, and yeah, sure, there might even be some that are better than LOTRO's current crafting system. However, I just thoroughly enjoy how much time they've put into the crafting systems within LOTRO, and how you can really make your own little crafting goals, get XP while you craft, make up your own gear, and kind of really customize some more of the experience for yourself. It's kind of like this hobby that I enjoy doing when I get a little tired of reading all the quests and I just want to take a really nice relaxing break and I just want to zone out for a second. And it's really good when you need to, like, you know, take a potty break or something when you're in your fellowship. You're like, wait, let me just craft up a little something real quick while y'all are like getting your stuff together, you know. I really like that crafting is just set upon what you want to do and you can make the most of it. You don't even have to do it if you don't want to. But I just like that they have the option. I just really like the whole system that they've got with crafting. And honestly, I just think it makes the game even more immersive to have that feature. So now that you've heard my 7 reasons why I think Lord of the Rings Online is the best MMO, I want to hear yours. So let me know in the comments what you all have to say who have played Lord of the Rings Online. And if you're new, definitely tell me something that you are looking forward to in the game or just something you might be curious about. And as always, stay weird, weirdos.